go. Number 6. K is called the constant of variation. K is called the constant of variation. Number 18, this is the one that we were working on yesterday. Hopefully, what we did in reviewing different buttons like the stat button, the linear regression button, hopefully that helped. You should have had your scatter plot. When you graphed this equation in your y1, remember the y equals ax plus b, when you graphed it, it should have gone pretty well through the data. Which means we could have said that oh, there you go. I was like, I swear they asked. The model fits the data well. That's all you have to say. It's like, oh, it's a good fit. It's a good fit. The data's around the line. Good fit. Letter B was the actual equation. Now, guys, the only thing they changed, and you wouldn't be wrong if you put y and x, but why did they use s and t? T is for, I think, time, right? And S is for sales, I guess. You could have used, I don't know, T for tickets. No. Use T for time. B for Broadway. I don't know. You could have used S as well. No.
On the test, would you want us to use, go to the third decimal?
Yes, please. Yes, please. They went ahead and rounded it a lot sooner, but yeah, I would say third decimal. Letter D we talked about a little bit. They're asking now that you have this model, figure out or predict what's going on in 2017. That's one of the key applications of taking a lot of data, trying to find an equation, is to predict what we think will happen in the future. A lot of businesses have to use that for predicting their sales for the year, et cetera, et cetera. Coming back, how did they get 27 though? What year was 1995? Because it was 5 years away from what's year 0? Count 5 years back. 1990 is year 0. So what's 2017 minus 1990? How many years? 27. 27. That's how you get that 27 to plug in. So we plug in 27 as the year and we get 1,300. Well, that's not a lot of sales. 1,300, isn't that like 2 plays? Maybe 1? Maybe half of 1? What did you need to label it? $1,300 million. If you don't put million, you have a very different answer than reality. Does that make sense? In the problem, it said millions of dollars. 1,300 is how many millions of dollars? A little bit of a difference, yeah? Last but not least, bless you, bless you. Letter E, I said you could skip until today if you didn't quite figure it out. Letter E said, I think, help me out. Interpret the slope? Something like that? Okay, what's the slope of this equation? If it was y equals mx plus b, what's the slope? Okay. And 40.6 equals change in y over, that's not helpful, it's like hieroglyphics. Anyway, stands for change in y over change in x. The question, are we using y's and x's in this equation? Okay, so hold on. Who is my y? Sales. And who is my x? Time. What is sales being measured in? Think like chemistry or well, not biology, more like chemistry. If we're doing like units and dimensional analysis and all that jazz. Think units. What's S being measured in? Millions of dollars. So we can say dollar millions. That's awkward, but that's okay. Millions of dollars. Hieroglyphics, it's not millions, it's millions, whatever. What about T? What's it being measured in?
Years.
To be honest, guys, if you had written millions of dollars per year, that's great for you. But you could have also put it in sentence form and said the slope is referring to per year how many millions of dollars the ticket sales change. Since it's positive, seemingly every year that progresses, the sales are going up 40.6 millions of dollars. Now, is that necessarily true still? I don't know. I feel like somewhere in between 2000. When did this one stop? 13? 11? 2011 and 2017. I feel like things have maybe changed a little bit. Maybe not. Broadway's still a big ticket item. But anyway, 40.6 is how many millions of dollars ticket sales are going up per year. Seemingly. Approximately.
So I'm assuming that this is going to be like on the test or one of the short answer problems.
It's possible. But here's one reason why it might not be. And I actually need to go ahead and re-look at the test before I give you some more hints at the very end of class. But for one version, actually, you changed a little bit because Monday's a chapel day and you shorten it instead. Or maybe I'll let you skip some problems. Maybe you get to choose either 2 multiple choice or 1 long answer for the same number of points that you want to cross out and not have to. Would you guys rather me shorten it, or you get a choice of taking out a couple of choices? Okay, now wait. The choice, I have to make it equal. 1 long answer equals 2 multiple choice.
Yes,
So you can cross off and totally skip one long answer.
Yes, yeah.
Or you can skip 2 multiple choice, and it's your choice when you're taking the test.
Yeah.
Now wait, I'm not making the test shorter. But you get to skip a whole long answer or 2 multiple choice, and there will be a bonus. Sound good?
If you just crossed it out, you get the points for it, or you just take that out of the.
I'm still going to take, the grade is out of 100, so basically I just say I'm counting the points without checking whether or not you were right. And so if you don't do anything on it, you still get the points on it. Now, hold on. There are just a few that like to work the system and be like, psh, I can try it all and she'll take out 2 for me. No, I won't. I'll just grade the whole test. You have to cross out for me to ignore. And how is it going to save you time? If you know where you're weak and you look through and say, psh, not spending time on that one. Or those 2. Does that make sense? I'll do that. I don't mind. Let's come back. Why would I not have you do this on a test where time is crunched? How much time does it take to put a table in? Forever. So I might not have you do this. But is the idea of having a model, maybe like from the end of section 1.10, and knowing how to plug in and put units, is that going to be helpful? Definitely. Does that make sense? Yeah. Cool. But I probably won't have you guys do a regression just because it takes time. And the sad thing is you could mess up one little number. Has anybody done that? Messed up a number and it's off? So annoying. And that would be hard. All right, kiddos, let's keep going though. Number 50, did you guys get the right model? Force is directly proportional, well, actually, jointly proportional, or directly proportional to mass 1 and mass 2, inversely proportional to the square of y. You didn't leave out anything, right?
I put the K. I didn't put it on the top. Like I put it right.
Next to?
Yeah.
Totally
Does
fine.
that work?
But realize this, if it was like a multiple choice, if the K is up, it means the same thing, so circle that answer. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Number 62, start with the model. Did you get the model correct? You had to start with the model. And if you got that correct, then did you plug in correctly? Solve for K. Ew, that's disgusting. They found it as a fraction. Did they find it as a decimal? That probably, yeah, AJ, what'd you get? Let's double check.
0.0, I rounded up to like 3. So 0.084.
Did anybody else get a decimal?
Yeah.
It was different than you. What'd you get?
Yeah, 0.07. I rounded up.
0.07. Did anybody else get a decimal? How'd you guys find K? 24 over 287? Come on, who would do that? Wouldn't you just throw that in your calculator? No one else found a decimal? You guys scare me sometimes. Okay.
Sorry, I scared myself.
I still love you, but you scare me.
Oh, S was weird. Okay, there we go. First time you're wrong. What is this?
Okay, I'm double checking. I think I'm hearing the 0.084 is the right one, and I agree. 0.084. So how could this be rewritten? Kind of like how Joel was saying. You could have written 0.084 times PQ over S squared. You could have written 0.084 times PQ over S squared. Does that make sense? Okay. So the 24 over 287 is not wrong. But I think actually when our honors kids did this, it was like a week and a half ago. When they did this one, the fraction button wasn't working so good. I don't think they tried that. The fraction button wasn't working so good. So the 0.084 makes sense. Do you guys have questions on this one? Why did we all get stuck?
I just made the wrong model.
Oh, okay. The wrong model?
Wow.
Okay. It's okay. It's so easy to miss a piece of information, right?
I know.
That was the last one? That's no fun. Do you guys have any questions on the odds? I tried to give you tons of odds so that you could check it. Jacob, what do you got?
Number 49.
Okay. What else do we got? That's it? Okay, let's go ahead and look at 49. I have it ready to go. All right, I think, trying to look at the directions, it just says find a model, that's it. Okay. So some of us messed up on the model for, what was it, 64, 60, 62. So let's go ahead and just as a class, let's talk about how to get the model for number 49, okay? The rate of growth R, that's one of our players, right? Jointly proportional to the size S and the difference, oh that's different, right? Never mind. between S and the maximum population L. It happens a lot in math, I just need to stop reacting. So anyway, hang out with high school is too much. The rate R is jointly proportional to the size S and the difference between S and L. Now I didn't miss any squares or square roots or anything like that, right? Okay. So, who's going to be my, I'm just going down here where there's a lot of space. I'm just going to put the answer. Okay, who's going to be like my Y, which is before my equals?
R.
Good. R, the rate is, got it, jointly proportional.
K times S.
Good, it's K times. But, because remember, jointly is directly proportional to more than one thing. Combined is where it says directly and inversely, and I have to do both. Jointly, though, it's going to be direct. What is it directly proportional to? First of all, S, but it also says and. In our notes, I think we say jointly proportional, Z equals K times X and times Y. So it's times S, but it's also times what?
S over
Difference. I needed to do times, I needed to do parentheses, but I made that difference the subtraction between S and L. Done, done, done. All right, no other questions?
Did you do C for number 18?
Yeah, I did.
For this one, why did you put S and S minus L?
Because it said jointly to the size and the difference between S and L. So I had to put it twice because they put it twice. All right, let's go peek at number 18 just really quickly. C. The wording was really wordy. I actually finally remembered in period 5. It took me a little while. The word from our graphing calculator handbook is superimpose. You guys remember that one?
Oh, yeah.
I was thinking of yesterday. I was thinking of, I don't even know what else. Superimpose. So letter C, the entire letter C is superimposed. So you were supposed to take the scatter plot that, well, you might not have already done. Oh no, this does say scatter plot. Take the scatter plot that's already in your calculator. Take the equation that you got from letter B, which technically would have been a y equals, I think it was like 40.6-ish, x plus 204. Okay. You were supposed to put this, the scatter plot's already there, already did zoom stat. You're supposed to take the equation and actually type it in y1. And so if you type it in y1, then it shows up. Otherwise, it's just an equation on your screen, the computer, or, oh yeah, but your calculator hasn't put it into the graph. You have to literally type it in. And as long as you have zoom stat, you should be able to go ahead and see with all of your little, I'm totally making this up, but it was something like this, so it's actually even better than this. The line is going to go pretty well through, which is why we say, because there wasn't stuff like way out here, it wasn't like this kind of thing, which is a horrible one. Since it was really tight, we can say, yes, this line fits the model well. If it didn't fit well, which probably won't be a question, it's pretty loose, it's pretty subjective, but if it was all over the place, that would be a poor model. It'd be the best you could do, but it would be poor. Any other questions on homework, evens or odds? All right, I'm going to go ahead and show up on the screen really quickly your test review. You guys, some of you were able to write it down yesterday. A lot of you guys were just writing down section 10, so let me give you a second in your spirals. Turn to the new page. If you haven't yet, write down the review. But as you're writing it down, I want you guys to figure out how many problems have I given you for 5 already? Like 7. Not a lot. I totally agree. We need to talk about why I didn't give you a lot. Which will also lead into how to study this weekend, okay? Go ahead and get those problems down for me. I'm going to open back up your book so that we can look at your review really quickly too. If I were you guys, I would grab out a highlighter after you finish writing down this assignment. And maybe also have your notes close. Now, I'm not going to do all the work for you. Long story short, My brain works differently than your brain. And if I was your one-on-one tutor, which by law, actually I'm not allowed to be. If I was your one-on-one tutor, like if you had a one-on-one tutor and I was your private tutor, we met at Starbucks, we did homework twice a week, etc., I would be able to know your learning style so well that I would go ahead and be able to, for you personally, say this is how you need to study. I can't do that with 130 kids in all my different classes. If you come to me, maybe we can kind of try, but the night before a test, it's the worst time to try to do that. So let me try to give you a few different ideas about how to study. First of all, what we need to talk about is why are there only 7 problems? Question. The test tomorrow, what did I say is going to be on it? Just sections 1, section 110?
No.
Why am I including some of 1.1 to 15? To help you. You've done corrections. You've tried 1.1 to 15. You've taken a test on 1.1 to 15. You've corrected 1.1 to 15. And we've used 1.1 to 15 in the rest of the chapter. It has some easier problems, like, help me out, don't say it, I want you to think it. What quadrant would a point be such that x is positive and y is negative? Pause, don't tell me an answer. X is positive and y is negative. How many guys say quadrant 1? Quadrant 2? Quadrant 3? Quadrant 4? Okay, it's something a lot of you guys missed it on the first test. But if x is positive, you're moving to the right. If y is negative, you're moving. So maybe you need to study. Can you turn your notes really quickly, section 1.1? Maybe you need to study, if that was hard, where quadrant 1 and quadrant 2 and quadrant 3 and quadrant 4 are. Maybe you need to highlight quadrants 1, 2, 3, and 4 in section 1.1 at the very beginning of this chapter. We labeled the quadrants in that very first graph that we did. Maybe you don't. What else is in section 1.1? Midpoint formula, and there was one other formula. Distance. Oh, that's Pythagorean. I don't even think we barely used it. But there is the midpoint, there is the distance. Maybe you need to highlight those and be like, I need to actually study formulas. Because some of you on the test, it got to the midpoint one and you didn't have the formula. Right? Okay, so maybe you can highlight those. Do we keep going through there? Could you have questions in section 1.2?
Yes.
What are some things in 1.2 we should probably study? Guys, look at the review. Intercepts. Are there equations or are there clues for intercepts? For the x-intercepts at y equal to 0?
Yeah.
For the y-intercepts at x equal to 0? Maybe in your notes you need to highlight that and say, I need to study that. I didn't have it for the test. For symmetry, could you maybe need to study that? Wait. Symmetry was covered in 2 different sections, right? It was covered in 1.2, but it was also covered in 1.4, I think. There were 2 different ways of doing symmetry. You only need to hold on to one of them. And my advice would be the one in section 1.4 where we plug in negative x, stays the same, or it's opposite, or it's neither. But you could technically highlight in section 1.2 also if you want. And then, what's the other equation in section 1.2? Standard form of the circle. Now, are there great examples in the notes? Yes. Could it help some of you to look at those examples? Yes. But can I tell you guys really quickly where I got really messed up in studying math? It was, well, I'm sure I did it in high school too, I just don't remember as well. In college, I was taking math, because obviously I was taking math. There's a whole cool God story about why I ended up being math. But anyway, coming back. I was taking math and I got to this class that basically I didn't understand. I was like the underclassman, there was only 4 of us in the class. 3 were seniors and I was the one junior. I went to a small college and I was behind the whole time. Now my grade, whatever, it didn't end up being as bad as maybe you could expect, but it was bad for me. I didn't understand, I was trying to take tests, so I would study for tests and I would just look over the examples and the homework over and over and over and over and over. And like, it makes sense, it makes sense, it makes sense. And going to the test, they would give me one that wasn't exactly the same. And guess what I would do? Blank out. Some of you look at your notes and like, it makes sense, it makes sense, it makes sense, it makes sense. The problem is you're not trying it on your own with a new problem. So it can make sense on you want. But if you get to the test, you could blank out and be like, well, it made sense when I saw it worked out, but now it's my turn, what do I do? Does that kind of make sense? Some of you, it's great to look at your notes and the examples over and over and over. Some of you need to memorize these formulas. Maybe even flashcard it. Maybe even for some brains, it's better if you do different colors for different formulas. Believe it or not, I had this friend in high school, a couple years older, but she literally would memorize like chapters upon chapters. We were in this Bible quiz club. I know it's a nerdy thing, but it was really cool. Because she would memorize chapters and chapters, but she would have to color code sections. Her brain only could memorize, and she was the best memorizer on the whole team, but she had to color code it, literally write it in colors and study in colors. So some of you need to start bringing colors into your study for the formulas if you're bad at memorizing. However, moving on. Looking at examples, is it good? Being able to follow what we did in class? Yes. Is it the same as trying examples on your own? No. You need to try examples. You need to grade them and see how you did, and you compare them to the examples and say, I'm still not getting it. What did we do in class and how does it go? Does that kind of make sense? I'm just trying to help you guys out from my experience, friends' experience, students' experience in the past. Okay. Do you have notes and examples on sections 1.1 to 1.5? Yes. Do you have a test review from section 1.1 to 1.5? Pause in your homework spiral. I want you to go turn to the homework in between 5 and 6. The test review that you guys did for the very first test, chapter 1A. In your homework spirals, I want you to turn. The homework in between number 5 and number 6. The homework for the test review halfway through. If I were you, I would highlight a little star on this one and say, hey, these are the problems I was supposed to do for the first test. Some of you skipped like half of that assignment. Some of you didn't even do that assignment. Some of you did it and it didn't help as much as you wished it would. And maybe you weren't memorizing, maybe you weren't studying your notes. Can you look back at this review and can you go back to the problems that I chose and maybe even try some of the hard ones over again? Yes. But look at the review for tonight. It doesn't start until number 69. Why? We've already done a review on 1.1 to 1.5. Do you maybe need to go back to the ones like a difference quotient or like a domain or like a symmetry one and maybe try it over again? The one that I assigned last time? Yeah, maybe you need to try it over again. Not looking at the work from last time, try it again and then saying, uh-oh, did I get it or did I not? But one of the only problems that I've assigned for you, 7 from section 1.6, 1.7, 1.8, 1.9, and 1.10. And I've done like 1 to 2 per section. Okay? So, is this review long?
No.
No. But is the test only on this?
No.
No. And do you need to study your notes in those fundamental concepts? Yes. Do some of you need to actually write them over and over again, or color code them, or flashcard them? Do what your brain does. Think of how you study best for like biology, or like history, or like memorizing facts. Some of you need to memorize some stuff. Some of you are like, I'm fine at memorizing, I'm usually good at memorizing, but when I get to a test, I blank out. You need to try problems and get so comfortable with, I know this memorized and I'm going to use it. I'm going to use it again and use it again. Now wait, how many problems did I give you to do? 7. In the old test review, how many were there? I don't know, maybe like 20-ish? Yeah. But still, what if you're like, well, I already did the 20-ish and the 7 I'll finish pretty fast. Now what? Okay, have you guys seen in your book? Maybe you haven't. First of all, they do a quick recap of all the super important ideas from each section. Could this help you in maybe going through your notes and making sure you highlight all the important stuff? Yes. Am I going to ask you to write a paragraph? No, I'm not going to ask you to write a paragraph about anything. And rarely do we even have terms where you have to tell me what they mean. You just need to see it and know what to do. But this could be good to look at. That's right before the test review. And right after the test review, let me show you something else that's in your book. Chapter test. Now, I'm going to go ahead and go to Calc Chat. We know what Calc Chat is, yeah? The top of every single section says Calc Chat. If we go to Calc Chat, the chapter test, it says, worked out solutions to odd number exercises, right? We have to go through and find our pre-cal. It's limits 3, right? View. Chapter 1, if we go to there are 2 different sections. There's the review and there's the test. The review only shows the odds. What does the chapter test show? Only the odds. So question, could you try some evens in the chapter test that I haven't even assigned? Yes, but what's the problem? You can't check it on Calc Chat. Does anybody have their book? Can you quickly go to the back of your book and look at the chapter review, chapter test? I'm pretty sure one of them also shows evens. It's not on Calc Chat, but can you check real quick? The chapter review or the chapter test. Does one of them show evens as well? Maybe it's neither. Maybe it's a different book I'm thinking of. Only odd. Do you guys see evens on the review or the test? Okay, the chapter test, Calc Chat only has the odds, but the back of the book has the odds and evens. And this, the chapter test, guys, look, it's 1 page. That's it. 1 page and it's done. This goes from sections 1-1 to 110, and it probably somewhat goes in order. But it condenses it down way shorter than the chapter review. Could this be a good place to find extra problems to practice? Yes. The odds are on Calc Chat, the evens are in the back of the book to check. But let me show you one other place. So this is Calc Chat. I'm sorry, I talked about Calc Chat. This is in your book right after the review. If you have some extra time and you're like, I blank out on tests. You need to memorize, make sure you have all the information, but you also just need to practice. Okay. There's one more place. Where am I right now? Website. Helpful links under Precalc. There is, there we go, a student textbook site link. This isn't a textbook, it's a site for the textbook. And when you go to this site, let me show you a couple different things, okay? When it finally comes up. There are links to Calc Chat, yada, 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 yada. But there's 2 different things I want to show you. Instructional videos and pre and post tests. Instructional videos, first of all. If there's something like the difference quotient, and if you're like, I just really need some more help on the difference quotient, I keep on getting it confused. If you go to chapter 1, and if you go to the section the difference quotient is in, which I think is 4, I might be making that up. Difference quotient? Yeah, here we go. Usually, they try to give a video on the most complicated concepts from that section. So if we were to hit evaluate difference quotients, now wait, can you go back in my YouTubes and listen to me solve one out again? Yeah. You can even like slow me down to 1.5, no, 0.5 speed, not 1.5, that's faster. You can even slow me down and pause me and try it on your own with a blank piece of paper or a whiteboard. Whiteboards are great, the little personal ones. Some of you, if you've come in, I've probably used a whiteboard, if it's been a hard question. But you could go to that and you could listen to an instructor that they've gotten to go ahead and solve out how to evaluate the difference quotient. Now, yeah, he has a chalkboard, but whatever, he knows what he's doing. Okay? That's one thing you could do for things that you find to be tricky. You could listen to him solve one out, then you could pause it and try your own in the review or in the test. But pre and post tests. That's the second tab I want to show you. Did it not click? Go. Okay. We're in chapter 1, yeah? I'm not really sure if you want to do both. I would just say the pre-test. This gives you a sample assessment, multiple choice questions from all of chapter 1. You don't even have to try them all. You can go through and try the ones that looks kind of familiar, doesn't it? Domain and range. Anyway, you can go through and try the ones that you have time for. You can check your work. I'm just going to do, and I'm totally making this up. Let's do, oh, hey, we can do number 20 together, right? Z varies directly as the square of x and inversely as p. What answer choice do you guys think that is? Directly as the square of x, inversely as p. A, B, C, D, or E. Directly as the square of x, inversely as p. I agree. You could just do one problem. If you only had time for one, you could check your work. It's going to say, like, wait, are you sure you haven't finished? Just say whatever, yes. They'll give you answers. Just go and say, oh, hey, I got it right. Go, team. Now, does this give you instruction or direction or a video explaining how to do it? No. But does it give you a chance to practice and see if you got it? Yeah. And could this be something you could try on your own and then print out and then take to a tutor and be like, all right, these are my weaknesses. Let's go. Right? Okay. Do you guys have ideas as to how to study?
Yes.
Have you thought about what you need to do differently than test 1A if it did not go well? You need to think about that. Ready, set, let's have a work period. We have, what, 12 minutes? That's a good amount of time. Pause. Test reviews. I don't remember if I said it the first time, but from here on out, test reviews, you don't have to write directions or problems. Just practice. Show me work and show me answers starting now. Starting now. Test review, no directions, no problems, just show me work and answers. You're just taking time to practice. And pause one more time. I've had math student upon math student love making a change when they're doing practice they don't have to do, doing it on whiteboards. It's so much more fun to work and to erase and to try again. So if you don't have a little personal whiteboard at home, it might be a good idea to get a whiteboard and whiteboard marker and be like, this is so much more fun than paper. It's so annoying, right? Who likes paper? But for your reviews, you have to keep doing it, the problems I assign. But a whiteboard is a great thing. If you guys want to move around to work with someone that you would work well with, go ahead. If you want to stay in your seat and just zero on in and do what you need to do, go ahead as well. I'm going to start walking around, and if you guys need something, if you want to ask a question, I am at your disposal. Everybody else needs their calculator, you can go. You guys are allowed to use your calculators on the test on Monday, but, and I said this again, if you try to use your calculator in every single problem, first of all, most of them don't need it. Like literally, it's more of a concept. And second of all, it takes time to put things into the calculator. It will slow you down. I promise if you use it all the time, it's going to slow you down. Only use it when you need it, and if you have time, do check. I'm going to put the problems back up, sorry, so people didn't get it. Oh, you have a question? Let me pull this back. AJ, you're right after Josh.
Take -1 minus 2. It's f2 minus fy or x2 minus x1. Yeah. Over
I knew that from my memory.
Okay, so yeah, so you might have the wrong one.
Why would?
It's fine. I'm literally on last problems. Could care less. So it's 3 plus 2.
Actually, for houses, there's not a lot of time.
Oh. Do you have a question? Oh, and then -2 plus 1. Or 2 plus 1. Whoa. Wait, what did we do if we did that? Like 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 4. Have we ever
No.
makes sense. Wait, why is it usually X? Because then the point is Y. Oh. Joyce. This one? Because my design use the function as y. It's just fine.
Yeah. Because you're like, it doesn't work. Yeah. Thanks,
Okay, so there's like.
No.
Because you just distributed it, right?
Yeah.
No.
It's too
Not that.
That's a lot.
Oh, you didn't know that.
Wait, no, I'm wrong.
Because
No, good. Just be careful on the test.
yeah.
Oh, I think. I think I can, yeah.
Has anybody else gotten stuck on anything I can help with?
I'm like, Kelly, 2 minutes left. If you only done like
Stop focusing on
pot, I prevent the thing, or pot,
Why am I doing this? If it helps your brain. You used it right there. It's just,
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be 3.
alright kiddos, just so you know, the bell's done. I know that it feels like you didn't get a lot done, but I hope you got a lot of ideas about how to study this weekend. Please take this test seriously. You're aiming to improve from last test first score, okay? I'll be here after school if I can help with anything. Lunchtime, I can't guarantee, but maybe I'll be here. But during period 7 after school, I should be available if you have something come on in and if you have any questions. Bye, kids. Anybody study, please. Way that your brain needs. So that you're always like, oh god.
It's hoping, but like, I just can't.
And you're glued.
Like right now, I have to I get
Once you get the formula. Okay. You have custody, guys, so you have it right there. Stop saying you can't, though. I feel like I'm so confident. Huh? So close.